So guys, listen up, right? Ghana's real estate market is literally where it's at right now. Now, do you guys remember back in the day when those of us that are in the UK or around the world, I'm sure there are other similar cases, right? But back in the 90s, the 80s, your parents would buy up properties and they were literally worth like 100 grand or less than. And today they're worth double, triple, quadruple the price, right? That is literally the season that we are in Ghana right now. I mean, we're literally actually beyond it, but it's not too late. Honestly, Ghana's real estate market is booming right now, and it really is time for everybody to pay attention. You don't want to be left behind. I'm super excited because I'm actually kicking off my series on how you can purchase property in Ghana. So I'm literally going to be using this series to take you on that journey, giving you the tips and all the advice on how you can get onto the property ladder in Ghana, how you can acquire property to how you can actually get it rented out. Now, if you're fascinated like me by the promise of Ghana and its real estate market, then please click on the subscribe button and stay tuned as I'm going to be taking you on that journey. Hey guys, it's Lorraine here and welcome back to my channel. I've been away for so long, wow, but I'm back. And I'm going to be using this series to tell you about how you can get involved in the real estate market in Ghana. So if you're fascinated by the promises of Ghana and keen to invest, then please make sure you stick around to the end, because in this video, I've got not only just one, but 5 reasons why you literally cannot ignore Ghana's real estate market. And also stick around to the end, because I'm going to make sure that in all of my videos, I'm going to give you an insider tip, a pro tip that only somebody who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt and also got the t-shirt burnt too, can give you. So please stick around to the end, make sure you subscribe, like, comment for more. So let's get into it. So first up, let's talk about the undeniable demand for housing in Ghana right now. Like, the population growth in Ghana has been crazy. So if you remember, or maybe you don't remember, but I remember quoting figures like 25 million people are in Ghana back in 2013. I was just saying numbers like that, but now there's like 32 million people in Ghana and it's growing. So obviously there's this correlation between the demand for housing and the population growth, right? And it does present that opportunity and that potential for real stable rental income. Now, I remember reading there was a stat about the contribution of Ghana's real estate market to Ghana's GDP. Now, Ghana's GDP, apparently, the real estate market contributed in 2020 10% of Ghana's GDP, right? Which is huge. And this amounted to like 1.6 billion Ghana cedis, which is equivalent about 260 odd million US dollars to Ghana's GDP. Like, it's crazy numbers. So there is an undeniable demand. And also there is this rise of urbanization. Now, urbanization, for those of you that don't know, is typically in rural areas, villages, where you've got individuals out there that are looking to improve their livelihoods and seek out job opportunities. They would move to areas like Accra, Kumasi, etc., larger cities in search of, job opportunities. And you tend to find this happening right now. There's a mass migration happening to these areas. And that, of course, is now also contributing to the demand for housing in those areas. Speaking about demand, I, for one, took a plunge in the real estate market in Ghana back in like 2014 or 2015 when I was looking to acquire land in Ghana. That land process, let's just say that it's not until recently that land was even registered. It was a nightmare. So I've been through it. I have literally been through it. And then property-wise, I started back in 2017 when I attended the Ghana Lifestyle Property Expo. That's run by On Point Property. Amazing group of girls, amazing team that run that property expo. And I remember just going from store to store to store and visit so many different property developers that were advertising their properties in Ghana. And I was just having conversations with them. I didn't immediately purchase, but what I did is I built the relationships with the developers and I headed to Ghana and started to go meet with them. I went to go and visit some of their properties, speaking to people that have bought from them in the past. I went to go and check out different opportunities, both off-plan, already built properties as well, and just started having more and more conversations just to get a bit more understanding. This was back in 2017. So I took the plunge then with one particular property developer which, went well. And then I started growing the portfolio from there. Things haven't always been plain sailing. And I'm going to use this series to tell you more about my experience in the property market in Ghana. So please do make sure that you do continue to subscribe, like, and follow me for more. Now, the second reason is because of Ghana's rising middle class. Now, it's obvious. The middle class in Ghana is rising. I know, and I say this being really aware of what's happening in Ghana right now, especially with various protests. But there is, on the whole, this growing middle class that you're seeing. And this middle class, what we're witnessing is that they're increasing in their purchasing power, they're increasing in their desire for quality, right? And it's not just about the numbers, it's really about the aspirations of this middle class. This is a population that's all about elevating their living standards. And they're looking for properties that blend both affordability, but also quality and modern amenities that sit and revolve around their lifestyle preferences. Now, there is a rise that I'm seeing also in middle income properties to cater for these individuals, right? And these properties have been built in a way to be able to meet these growing aspirations and needs of this middle class, right? So it's really, I'm seeing properties that are striking a balance between luxury and practicality, right? Suitable not only for family, but also working professionals and expat communities and people that are traveling to Ghana. So what it means for you, especially as a investor, is that this growing demand is translating into so many different opportunities. Now, for me, what I'm seeing is that this middle class, they are willing to pay a premium for quality and convenience. And that's just an opportunity for investors now, because the ripple effect of this is immense. Like, it's seriously driving demand both in purchase, but also the rental market. Now, what I'm seeing is that the middle class, the rising middle class, are not only just seeking homes, they're seeking communities, they're seeking lifestyles. And so what it means for you and I who are coming to invest is that we need to be mindful of this shift and adapt our strategies to meet this evolving needs of the middle class, right? The property game in Ghana is no longer about just acquiring land, right, or building houses. It's really about creating these holistic living experiences. So you're seeing now there are communities that have been built in IE Mensa, for example, that's about a community, about having a park, it's about having facilities on ground, that's about convenience, and people are willing to pay for that. But remember, with this, the market is evolving. There is increase in competition, right? And as an investor, you have to be able to stay abreast of the market trends. You have to see what's happening. People are buying and building, communities, like I said, in IE Mensa and Bokwase, in these different areas to cater for this rising middle class. But you have to be able to strategize and really be able to think about ways you can actually just tap into this potential for this lucrative segment. Now, I actually did realize that there was this shift early on. I realized that when I was exploring different opportunities, I realized that there was this inclination towards modern, well-equipped places that people are willing to pay for. Like, people are willing to pay for having like secure and more serene environments, right? And trust me, understanding and leveraging the shift is going to really work in your favor. It's so important, and it's going to help you to maximize your investment returns in the real estate market in Ghana. Now, my third reason, and this is why I love Ghana, is because there are so many different investment options, right? It's so diverse. Whether you're interested in residential, commercial, or even undeveloped land, Ghana literally has something for everybody. And it's so unique. I mean, you can't just go and buy land in the UK, for example, right? There is a shift. I'm sure everybody knows that parent or that auntie that's built land, and they started building like a decade ago, and they've only started to live in their place like now, right? That option was there. People were doing that years ago. But now there is a huge shift to people that are buying off-plan properties and doing it for investment purposes, because they're looking at how they can get somebody in quickly and generate that yield. So there is this shift where people are buying already built properties or off-plan properties that's going to take 1 to 2 years to be developed. So I'm starting to see that, right? And people are looking at doing that with a view in mind of investment. But there is still the opportunity for you to buy land. I mean, people are using land as with a land banking strategy. So that is also still there, but you really have to start to decipher, are you buying to live in or you buy in to invest in. That's a decision that you really need to start to think about, right? And once you start to think about that, you can now determine what kind of property you would acquire. Number 4, Ghana's growing rental market. Now, how many of you are actually considering going down the rental route? I want to know. So please drop a house emoji in the comment section if you are, because Ghana's growing rental market is literally where it's at right now, especially because of the high-end segment, right? I spoke earlier on about the growing middle class. Now, high-income individuals, expats, and travelers are drawing more towards this rental market, and it's driving this high demand, right? And you're seeing an increase in yields, particularly in these urban areas. And I spoke a little bit about the urbanization, right? So people that are coming to Accra, coming to Kumasi, etc., it's driving this high rental demand. Now, what you're also seeing is that there is this increase in foreign direct investment. So companies are actually coming to Ghana, they're investing in Ghana, and the employees that they have actually got to come and work for them need somewhere to stay. So that's now driving more demand for rentals. Now, this growing demand for housing, as well as the relatively stable environment, really does make real estate investment an attractive prospect for generating rental income. Now, rental sounds amazing, right? But let's not forget another key factor, tourism. Here's why tourism is the 5th reason why you should pay attention to Ghana's real estate market. Everybody knows Ghana is where it's at right now, right? I know half of you probably already have your tickets to December in Ghana. The other half of you probably are either somehow trying to wait for the tickets to come down, which they're probably not, or you are trying to get time off work and you're just waiting till last minute, like me sometimes. But tourism seriously is driving the property demand right now, especially in the short let space and the Airbnb market. I know a lot of you probably look to Airbnb when you're looking to find somewhere to stay in Ghana right now, right? But the time is now for you seriously to tap into this sector for returns. Now, as we all know, when demand increases, what happens? Prices increase, right? But it's great for those of us on the supply side. So if you're looking to invest, the time really is now for you to capture the high demand, the peak season, right? So guys, which website do you use when you're searching for somewhere to stay in Ghana? I highly recommend Airbnb and Mikasa, to name but a few, but there's so many out there. And all of them offer really great options for both short-term but also long-term rents. And there's also something for everyone and to suit all types of budgets. Guys, so I know I did say at the beginning of this video that I'll be giving you an insider tip, and you have waited patiently. So here's an insider tip that could save you a lot of time and money. Now, here's a quick tip. If you're in no rush to purchase a property, maybe you have 2 to 3 years to buy, or number 2, you're looking for ways to actually negotiate property prices down, I would highly recommend purchasing off plan. This is typically where you actually find a developer who is building a property over a 2 to 3 year timeline, or even 1 to 3 years, let's just say it that way, right? You can actually use a strategy by informing the developer that you have maybe 20-30% deposit to pay down, and you're going to pay the rest of that property price over a period of time in which the property is being built. And you can actually deploy some of the cash at key milestones, right? You can use this as a negotiation strategy. You can tell a developer how much money you're going to put down now and use that to bring the property price down. I honestly wish somebody told me this before. Now, if you have any other pro tips, please do share them in the comments and let's get talking. Guys, so that's it. So here's a recap on the 5 reasons why you cannot ignore Ghana's real estate market. Number 1, the demand for housing. The growing population right now in Ghana is driving the housing market in Ghana. Number 2, the rising middle class right now is also driving the demand for rental properties in Ghana as well. Number 3, the diverse investment options. So whether you're looking for land, homes, or commercial properties, there is something for everyone. Number 4, the rising rental market. From locals to expats, there's a growing interest in the rental market, especially in the high-end segment. And number 5, tourism. We know Ghana is where it's at right now, and this is driving the demand for the rental market in Ghana right now. With more and more people heading to Ghana as the go-to destination, real estate is literally tied to this tourism market. Short-term lets, Airbnb is really gaining a lot of traction. Now, my most valuable lesson is that you always could get a better deal with off-plan properties. So we've covered off a lot today, but before we wrap up, I have something really exciting that's coming your way. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to be the first to hear when I announce it. Now guys, if you're excited as I am about the prospects of Ghana's real estate market, then please do give this video a thumbs up and please don't forget to share. And until my next video, remember, diaspora to Dutch. The future awaits. Bye. Hey guys, I do hope you found this video useful. Now, if you're interested in finding out more about how to purchase property in Ghana and generate some rental returns from it, then do check out the link below to my free online masterclass, which takes you through my 10-step process to help you to get on the property ladder in Ghana and generate some rental returns from it as well. So don't delay, just click on the link below and I will see you in class. Now, if you haven't done so far already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Continue to like, follow, share, do all that good stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.